Welcome to American Veterans Forum. This is a great show tonight. We have a lot of great things to talk about today, and I'd like to introduce everybody. Linda Rose on my far right, and she's here with a tremendous amount of information, and please pay attention because there's a lot here to hear. And then we have Tommy Rotto, man who knows everything that you could possibly know about a bike, and we're not talking three-wheelers.
Tricycles.
We're moving up to the two-wheelers.
Yeah.
And we have hooray for veteran what?
Ray Prokaski.
He's got the flag, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you can't go wrong when you got the flag with Ray. Hooray. Good. So welcome tonight, everybody. And we're talking about what kind of a run?
Illinois Motorcycle Freedom Run.
And how did it get started?
A few years back in 2003, a couple of guys were sitting around a bar watching TV, didn't like the way the veterans and the soldiers and were getting treated over by protesters, and they decided to protest against the protesters. Got a bunch of guys together on motorcycles, went downtown city Chicago and revved up the motorcycles and disturbed their little powwow they had down there. And two of the guys said, you know what, we ought to make a run out of this. And back in 2003, they took a bunch of motorcycle people that loved riding motorcycles from Chicago Heights. Oasis was the name of the bar. Took a ride from there to St. Anne, Illinois.
Why St. Anne?
In St. Anne, Captain Ryan A. Beaupre was the first Illinois casualty from the Middle East conflicts.
Wow. Linda, I know you weren't old enough back then, so could you tell us from a young person's point of view, how do you fit into this?
Well, we found out about it and we went on the first run.
You did?
My
Wow.
boyfriend and I. And so after that run, it was an amazing thing too. For a first event, normally it's small.
Who's going to show
It
up?
was huge.
Really? How
it
big?
was huge. It was amazing. Ray, do you remember how many bikes?
I was in the run myself. I was a roadblocker for that event, and there was thousands. I don't remember how many.
But just say roughly 5,000. 3,000? Okay.
3,000 bikes on that road.
And that's an amazing thing.
For a start up like
Right.
out of nowhere.
Especially it was started up fast. I mean, it wasn't like they had a year or months to plan
So
it.
how long was the planning on this?
Probably about 3 months.
The original run was only about
Yeah.
3 months.
Well, Tommy, you must have contacted a few friends that you know.
Well, we put that together quick. First time anybody ever done anything like that. And it came off with a hitch. Very nice, very smooth. And a lot of people came out and supported it. And that's where it all started from. And the organization, it's a good organization.
Well, you're
And it
dealing.
keeps growing and growing, you know.
Well, it's kind of funny that you talk about a lot of military people that are in bikes. Well, that kind of melds with the organization. But one other thought that most people haven't really thought about, that's the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of speech and expression. And you guys were right there, and you set history. So, Lynn, please tell us about the wall.
Well, it's a beautiful...
First of all, how did the whole concept come up?
Well, that was just the first thing. We took a monument down to St. Anne, and then after that, the thoughts just got bigger. And why not do a wall to all our fallen since the bombing of Beirut in Lebanon?
Beirut, wow.
And all the Middle East conflicts, honoring all the fallen. And the unique thing about it is that this is the first time it's ever been done during a conflict.
During the conflict?
Yes. Look at how long it took for the World War II veterans to get a wall.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Korea and Vietnam and all that. And we don't want that to happen anymore. We wanted to honor them now. And it's been a wonderful thing for all the families because they get closure. They also meet one another when they go to the wall, and they have formed a big network that keeps growing and give each other support. So.
Now, is this just for Illinois, or is this the whole nation, that wall?
Well, the wall is for the whole nation. It's here in Illinois.
Ah, okay.
But people from all over come to see the wall. There's constantly visitors coming, and we've got people coming from Michigan and Ohio and Indiana, and we've had them from New York. And
Truly?
Yes. So it's growing, and the awareness, and like I say, it gives the families and also soldiers that have lost comrades closure.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
Is there any thoughts, Ray, of having a, for the lack of a better term, moving wall?
It has been mentioned, and it is in the thought. There are thoughts out there of having a moving wall. It's a very good idea. We don't have anything going in the process right now, but it is a thought that is out there, and we have talked about it because it would be something to get out the word of this. The Middle East conflicts wall really has, unbelievably, there's a lot of people that do not know about it, and even though it is from everyone across the nation, all the fallen from across our nation that is on that wall, a lot of people don't even know about it.
But you know, you should take the advantage of it right now since you got TV footage. A lot of people drive down I-80, and you'll see across I-80 that say Marseilles the wall. A lot of people probably go up and down I-80 not knowing what it is. If you're a true American, get off I-80, go down to Marseilles, see what it's all about. Because you know what? Them are the people that fought for the freedoms, that kept this country what it is, and should be shown respect.
Couldn't have said it better, Tommy.
I mean, I-80, that's our grassroots to go east and west. Every truck driver out there, they see it, they don't realize what it is. Take the 5 minutes. It only takes 5 minutes to get down into the town. Go in there, okay? Now, you should talk to the town and have them add on to that what it is. Because people say, wow, what is it? They don't know. And, you know, I mean, it's only a suggestion. That's all I can say.
Its time has come without a doubt. I see you got a flyer here, and can you tell me about that?
Okay, this is this year flyer for this year's run.
Yeah, grab another one there.
Okay, and basically it's showing a picture of our wall, the name of our run. It's our 9th annual. The date, Saturday, June 18th, to honor our fallen heroes and to support our troops. That's the main thing behind the wall. And it's going to start at the Grundy County Fairgrounds to the Middle East Conflicts Wall Memorial, which is in Marseilles.
Hold it. Grundy County. I'm from California. Who's what?
Grundy County Fairgrounds is off of I-80
Okay.
and Route 6 in Morris, Illinois.
Ah, okay, Morris.
And from there, it's about a 10 to 15-minute ride to Marseilles. Well, when you're in the run, it's going to take a little bit longer, but about a 10-minute ride from if you're. But it's about a half, 45 minutes to an hour. The run will take once you start in the run yourself. If you're in the middle of the run, it's going to take you about an hour to get from Grundy County Fairgrounds to the wall.
Tommy, you've been in a few bike runs with veterans.
Couple.
Is this getting up to that big one? Or getting up there to be?
Oh no, they do a good job. There's a lot of bikes out there. It's a big run.
Good.
See, like he hasn't mentioned, this that used to come out of Summit. Then it came out of Route 66 racetrack.
Yes.
Okay, and it's so big they keep moving it closer
to
help it out.
Now, does
Okay.
everybody have to have a bike?
I don't know. You got to ask these people
No.
if they're running the deal.
I mean,
No.
No. The run is to help get the word out. This wall is for anyone. It's for anybody that wants to be involved with it. If you don't have a motorcycle, there's different ways that you can participate in the run via bus, via
all the other transportation.
any other different.
But its main title is a Motorcycle Freedom Act.
Yes.
The reason it says motorcycle in it is because it was the motorcycle community that did this.
On its own.
And built the wall.
Now, is this only guys that are doing this, Lynn?
No.
No.
Women
We have a
are
lot of
involved.
women into this.
Yes.
Roughly, I mean, half a dozen, whatever. But I mean, is it a growing number of
no,
women
it's
participating in this?
There's a lot of women that do a lot of things for the run, work on the day of the run, that help beforehand, that organize it, there's a lot that goes into getting this run up and running. So there's a lot to be done, and a lot of women are involved in it also.
Good. So this is not just a one.
Oh, no.
Good. So people come in from all over the nation can come here and jump in and help out and get with the program and help it out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Great. I was just thinking, for a thought here, would it be possible like they have these carnivals there, but something for the kids, the children of the veterans that had lost their lives? I'm just throwing this out, kind of, you know.
That's a very good, I
Yeah,
mean, we do,
that's a
once
thought.
we have the ceremony in Marseilles, after we arrive at the wall, there's a ceremony. We read the names, unfortunately, we have to read names of
Understood, which you should
men and
be.
women being put on the wall. After that, there's a celebration of freedom, what we call it, in the town of Marseilles. There's bands and there's food.
That's what I'm
and
getting, right.
there isn't any like carnival type.
I didn't mean the carnival
Situation.
atmosphere, but I'm saying there's something there so that it's okay. In other words, it can be a family type day. And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
not, right, that's what I'm looking at, something like that.
Yeah.
So Tommy, tell me, how does the biking community overall throughout the United States feel about this?
They think it's a very good deal.
Why?
Well, you know what? You got to take care of all your soldiers for this country. And a lot of guys that ride, a lot of women nowadays, a lot of them, they ride. They come back from service. All your big major motorcycle clubs in the United States are all ex-military, okay? And people don't realize that. They see some of these people and they say, oh, look at that guy, he's dirty. They don't have no clue what the man's background would be. And a biker is going to help you out faster than anybody else around. And it's
been
funny,
proven.
but it's the truth.
That's true, yes.
And I tell you what, I've been in different places, and it happens. You know, guy, you'll see a pickup truck pull over. A guy say, "Hey, you need a hand? This, that, no problem." And you see it. It's a big brotherhood. And you talk to a lot of guys. A lot of guys are ex-military. Years ago, there was a lot of Vietnam guys, a lot of Korean guys. Your World War II guys in one. They all rode.
How many individual women ride in this, in their own bikes? Any number, or?
I wouldn't have exact numbers, but there's well over a few hundred, I would say.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, easily,
Absolutely.
easily.
So what do you see for the future of this?
Just to keep participating in the run, honoring our fallen and veterans and their families.
So this is not going to end in a couple of years or whatever?
No. I mean, if we were fortunate enough to have no more conflicts all of a sudden, which is unlikely, but if we were fortunate enough, it still would go on, because there's a lot of things that there are kids, the kids of the fallen, that
children,
need,
yeah.
the children, they need educations and stuff. So there's a lot of things that can be done with this, and to keep the awareness and keep people coming to it and making it, you know, a national thing, a national monument. Because
How big is this wall? I mean, I hate to ask this, but there's room for expansion on these things for these names?
Yes.
Wow, both of you. I mean, that's got to be kind of hard for the person who puts them on there.
It is a big process. Unfortunately, this year we're going to be adding approximately 700 names, and it seems like a lot. But right now there's around 9,000 names on the wall, and but it started from Beirut, the bombing in Beirut, till now, to present. And there was always foreseen for expansion. If, like Linda said, if we were lucky enough for the conflicts to stop, then we wouldn't have to add any more names. But we thought ahead and.
Do any other organizations join us, like nurses organization, or American Legion, VFW? Do they join in this, or is this strictly a bike run type deal?
well, the American Legion also has the American Legion Riders, so
Oh.
they
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
attend, and the American Legion in the town also has a free luncheon after the ceremony. All the families, and it's just for the Gold Star families, can go to the Legion to kind of get over their, feelings, get a hold of themselves.
What is a
and-
Gold
and-
Star?
It's a family that has lost someone in the service, in a conflict.
And a Blue Star is?
A Blue Star is someone that has someone
In the military.
In the military.
Yes, yeah, I kind of remember that. So I'm glad to hear that the town supports it. I mean, really supports it.
Yes, they do. They do. They
And
do a great job.
And the
with
churches
that, too.
support it also, and everything
Yes.
else? Is there anything else that you would like to add personally on this as to how you feel about it?
Well, myself, I just feel that helping these Gold Star families and talking to them, and we talk to them through the year. It's not something that's just on that day, but talking to them and hearing their stories and letting them talk to us so that they can, because their feelings and everything, they need to express it. And it's very difficult. It can be very, very emotional and heart-wrenching, but it's such a good feeling to be able to be there for them. And I love it. I love doing this. It's something that I don't really foresee giving up at all.
Ray,
So
same question.
I pretty much the same. I love doing it. Being a Marine Corps veteran, I couldn't even see how my family being with them now. I can't even imagine how families are, how they deal with not having a father back, or a brother or a son coming back, or daughter coming back, or mother, any one of those, and they have to deal with it. And to give back and give them some kind of an honoring, like the wall. We honor all our veterans from the Middle East conflicts. To me, it's very satisfying.
How do you maintain this wall?
there's a committee in Marseilles that takes care of it and maintains it. And then, of course, some of the funds that we raise helps with that. And we have their volunteers, too, that will go out there. And, you know, like the Boy Scouts and stuff have done it, where they keep it cleaned up and, you know, pick up papers and whatever.
So how is the funding? How does this funding even begin? Do you donate money to this, or do you sell a raffle, or?
Well, every rider and passenger donates $10, and with that they receive dog tags of a fallen soldier's name. And with that, the money we make from that helps put on the wall, and any other donations that people feel like giving. We have certain businesses that give us money, you know.
So it really is a community.
Yes, definitely a community brand.
How did you come up with the idea on dog tags?
That was from our founders. They came up with it. It's military. What all military personnel wear is the dog tag.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's true. Everybody gets a set of dog tags. Yeah, it's kind of like that exclusive haircut club. If everybody in the business, male or female, well, you get that haircut, and you get a set of dog tags, plus a few other things. But the dog, I imagine the dog tags would be kind of a sad but positive keepsake.
One thing we try to encourage people to do when they do get them, especially kids, if we give them to kids and whatnot, is to look up that name. Try to find those people and contact them. Tell them that they have possession of them, and a lot of times people will send them back to the families whose son or daughter has fallen.
Wow. Wow. That's got to be a very emotional. Who were the two people, or you told me, I guess it was
Yes, Jerry Cusera and Tony Cotrano were the original founders of the Illinois Motorcycle Freedom Run.
And they were sitting in the library having a cup of tea.
In the library.
You could say that.
You could say that.
And they brought women in to kind of straighten it out, to run it. Well, that's great. Is there any other projects like this that you plan on putting on, or kicked it about, or?
The only other thing that has been kicked around, and it's something in a lot of people's hearts, is to not only expand the wall, but to put a small visitor center near the wall for any families that come to visit the wall to come in and to rest in whether it's hot or if it's too cold out, they can warm up or cool down.
You'd make a building, in other words.
Building right next to near the wall there, and it would be actually an extension of the wall. That was something that has been very highly talked about, and actually we're trying to get it in motion. Just with the economy the way it is, it's kind of keeping it back a little bit, and plus we still need to maintain the wall. But that would be our next big project, is to add a visitor center there.
Oh, that's terrific. Is there any place that somebody could send a donation to? Central spot or post office box? Or?
Yes, if anybody visits our website, they can visit our website, and it'll give them all the information. And you can actually purchase dog tags on the website.
Oh.
And pretty soon we're going to have product, which would be T-shirts, sweatshirts,
Right.
So
amongst other things.
what's the website?
It is the ilmotorcyclefreedomrun.org.
Quick, easy, succinct. Do you guys need more land down there? Or did you get enough land? And I mean, for future, hopefully, like you say, Lynn, it's going to end. But
Well, yes, we have enough land at this point. You know, of course, down the road, if this kept on for another 100 years, I don't know. But we've got enough land at this time. It's just figuring out where to position the panels and stuff and keep it so it still stays in that unison and, you know.
wow. So this isn't. I can, asking it, it's one thing, but really seeing that it's not a short thing. These panels are made out of brass or something?
Granite.
Granite.
They're all granite, yes. They're thick granite panels. They're probably about that thick, would you say, Ray? Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're
3 or
all
4 inches
engraved.
thick.
They're like a tombstone, 6-inch.
Really?
Yes.
Tommy, were you part of bringing that stuff down there?
No, I was part when it first came together. Okay. I've been around this here when it first was going together, and them are really done nice. The granite company that does that does a fantastic job. I mean, it's 100% craftsman.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, the detail was really looked and done right. Okay. And there's a lot of work that went into that.
So I have a question. How is the name put on there? Is it by John H. Monahan Jr., Staff Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, whatever? Or is it just
It's just basically their name.
just their name? It doesn't give any what branch of the military service was in or not?
No, that would actually take up a lot of extra space in it. Per name, it's approximately $4.50 per letter to put on a name. So if you have a very large name, it's going to cost a lot of money to put the name in it, to add the staff sergeant and all the other stuff and where they were from. The fallen families know what their son, daughter, or husband's wife's names are, so if they look it up, it'll be there on the wall.
Like on the Vietnam Veterans Wall, they had by year. Is there, on each panel, is there a year stating or anything?
No. It's you look up the name, and we have right now we have a booklet there that'll tell you. You look up the name, it's in alphabetical order, and then it'll tell you what panel and what row it is. There's little numbers on each panel telling you which panel.
So there is a way to
count down the row. Yes.
To find the names,
Yes.
Good. Well, I don't really know what else to say, gang, but I'm leaving the topic open. Anything you want to add to this?
Any visitor that does come down there, we do have the etching paper where they can rub the names out and take it right off the wall, so they can keep that as a keepsake. And like I said, our website has a lot of information, photos from past runs. We just are revamping our website, which Linda's in charge of, and she's getting it all back up and running. Going to try and get more pictures on there and information. Like I said, more product, T-shirts, sweatshirts, and whatnot will be sold right off the internet.
Quick question: is this only open one time during the year, a couple of months during the year, or is it 24 hours?
What, the wall?
Yeah.
You can go to the wall anytime, year round.
Really?
Like a park,
It's there.
John.
Yeah.
It's like a park next to the lake, next to a river.
Really?
Because
Right
we got
Right
a
on the
waterfall.
Illinois River.
Right on the banks of the
Beautiful.
Illinois River.
They put it in a beautiful spot.
Are there hotel rooms down there so families can come down there and spend a weekend, or?
You would have to stay in Morris, but that again is 10-15 minutes away.
So it's close
So
by.
yeah,
Close by.
but there's hotels there.
Well, we're getting close to wrapping it up, so any last thoughts?
Here, I'll give you a thought.
Good.
You see the man we were talking to in the hallway from Genoa?
Yes.
We were at Genoa, where that wall almost went in the town of Genoa.
Really?
Yes. And for some odd reason, it wound up by the river there,
Things
which
happen.
was a nice spot.
Well, this is, once again, a very informative operation. Linda Rose, thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Tommy, thank you
Pleasure.
so much. And what's your name again?
Ray Prokaski.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Hooray, hooray. And this is something that everybody should keep in mind, and you get a chance. It's respect for yourself, your nation, and the men and women who serve it. Thank you.